Hello all, today we will be talking about Circle H farm. And we will start with the history of the farm. Then we will discuss 4 pillars that we learned during a course, and then we will make some conclusion. So, located just outside of Brandon, this family cattle farm is a fantastic example that emphasizes that all 4 pillars are linked and interdependent. Its history starts with early 90s. At that time, they used traditional farming model. However, in 2003, bovine spongiform encephalopathy hit the cat industry so hard that they had to make some management decisions. They ended up by adopting regeneration farming system. They actually integrated all 4 pillars into one profit management strategy. It's allowed them to reduce the cost and to increase the profit. So how they made it, Lisa?
So for the land, it consists of coarse, sandy loam soil, which goes about 20 feet deep. It is light, easily erodible, and drought vulnerable. So in order to help with all these factors, they have tried multiple methods to help improve the soil health, such as perennial forages and high-density grazing from their cattle. The fastest and growing results came from keeping the ground covered year-round, allowing for 100 to 120 resting days for paddocks to regrow forage and 0 tillage. The soil's organic matter has been able to increase 1% per year, which can translate to 27,000 gallons of water per acre. The biological matter will also build irrigates and channels in the soil, creating more pores that water can be absorbed into. So infiltration after heavy rainfall allows the soil to absorb up to 6 inches of water. So this is going to help avoid flooding and drought situations. So for animals, it is mainly their multi-bred cattle, which is on the land, which is composed of 9 different breeds. So heterosis is going to play a huge factor in increased performance. They solely rely on perennial forage during the grazing period and bale grazing in winter. The grazing period is from April to January. And they're going to use a high-intensity rotational grazing system between 8 paddocks 4 times a day for 4 hours at a time. By limiting them to paddocks, this is going to keep more consistent nutrient levels. And they rotate in one group, which is going to evenly distribute manure across the land. So the manure from the cattle is going to be impacted from the hooves, and it's going to help push it into the soil, increasing organic matter, which is going to increase carbon that will fuel microbial activity. And this is ultimately going to increase the nutrient cycle. So biological matter will be insects, larvae, and earthworms. They're all going to be attracted to the carbon matter. And this will make many benefits such as deeper root systems, channels being made, and allowing for a variety of plants to grow. The CEC has studied that there has been 5 times more different species, and each species there is 2 times more the population compared to other properties. So the birds are going to play an important role in pollinating the land as well. And Vaughn can tell you more about the plants.
Circle H Farm's regenerative approach to farming has made a massive positive improvement to the plant life on their farm. Circle H has integrated a very successful intensive rotational grazing system into their operation. The way this system works is the pasture and forage land is split into very small sections called paddocks. Using their cattle and chickens, they rotate through the small sections. During the 4 short hours the animals are in an area, they eat the plants very thoroughly. Once an area is grazed, it is left to recover for a bare minimum of 80 days. This allows the plants to regrow and flourish. While Circle H still mainly relies upon tame forage for feed, they have noticed that native plants are slowly returning to their fields. This is a direct result of the positive impact that intense grazing has had on the soil health. Regenerative agriculture is a recent technology with many possibilities. One advancement that Circle H has made is a mobile chicken coop. This allows the chickens to graze different areas of grass and add to the intensive grazing. Circle H has planted specific plants in some areas to attract different species of birds. When research was done, it was proven that there are more species of birds and more birds on Circle H land than average. Circle H also has 5,000 trees of many diverse species. They are planted in shelter belts around the land and through the land. This helps to shelter the land and animals from wind and to increase the amount of habitat for pollinators. This increase in pollinators has in turn improved the overall plant health. Now Svetlana will discuss water.
So, as we mentioned, water capacity increased in a healthy soil, and plants and animals play a significant role in this process. Water capacity definitely can be a game changer in case of flooding. However, soil saturation not only prevents damage. On the other hand, in case of dry year, like we had this year, this farm could handle much better with the drought because of the soil that was rich of water. But it's not all. We know that there is no life without water. Unfortunately, they don't have open water sources on the farm, so they use wells. They transport the water from the well to the pasture using underground pipelines. The use of underground resources is a very effective way to support livestock with water. The farm is not big enough, so no license is required. Moreover, for ensuring additional water resources, 2 pools were built on a farm. The main idea was to mimic nature as much as possible. As then you can see on the pictures, it's totally natural. However, sometimes we need the technologies that will support the nature, and it's a little bit more than just pipelines. So for winter watering, they use solar winter watering system. The water stored below the frost line near the water source. The pump is powered by sun, and the motion eyes turn on the system when needed. Then the water slowly drains back down, and it's a low beta filtration. It's an excellent example that illustrates that technology can be integrated into a natural cycle without destroying it. So conclusion, 1.
In conclusion, managing all aspects of farming and all pillars and taking a satiable approach is a key that makes their farms so successful. Circle H Farms is proof that when you put effort into caring for all pillars of life and helping them function properly together, the environment benefits as a whole.